Hi guys, it's Dale with the insurance. Today we're talking about an article that many of us have gone through, and we probably weren't thinking about it when we were when this applied to us, right? The Now it may apply to our kids, which it does for me. So very useful topic. Does home insurance cover dorm rooms, right? So we won't get into the rabbit hole of what type of risks are apparent in the dorm room, right? You've got a ton of kids, 18 to 22 years old, running around, but they do have their contents in those dorms, right? Lord knows what happens, but there is risk of loss, right? Financial loss, and the quick and easy answer to your question is yes, right? So that's the good thing, but it is with caveats, right? So typically, and many of you probably know this. So like you've got your you've got the physical home, right, of your home insurance, but you also have kind of personal property, also called contents coverage, right? And that is typically dependent on your insurer. They may use a ballpark percentage if you don't present them with an estimate of how much personal property is within your home. It may be 50 to 70% of your building limit on your policy, and then the contents that aren't in the home, right? So personal property that are away from the structure, right? There's about typically 10% of that contents coverage applies to that, right? So in the case of your kid goes to college, all of their personal property is there. They're listed on your policy because they're just on a college campus, but they still obviously reside. Their mail comes to your home. You'd have 10% of your personal property limit for them, right? Because they're included in the policy. So, for example, if you have a building, you have your home is, call it 500,000, right? And in value, replacement costs. They say 50%, you don't take inventory of your personal property. So they just apply 50% content coverage, right? So 250,000 in content coverage for your personal property within your home. 10% of that, so 25,000, is allocated to personal property outside of your home, right? Kind of floating, so to speak. But in this case, you would be your child's personal property at the dorm would be covered up to 25 grand, right? So that's one thing. But there are sub limits within these policies, right? So you could have a sub limit for electronics, which could be a big deal, right? And it may be a sub limit of 1,000 or a couple grand, which could be a huge deal if your kid has a high powered PC, right? Or some other electronic material that they're working on with school, they use for school. There could be a sub limit on jewelry, right? Fine art is another one. Cash is another one. So pay attention to those things. And it's definitely worthwhile not only to read your policy, but maybe call in to your carrier to ensure that coverage is there, right? And if it's necessary, if your kid does have a very special, let's say your kid's tech savvy, has a high power computer that's worth 5 or 10 grand or something that they've been working on and put an investment in, then you'll want to amend, if possible, that policy. All this is said with the understanding that, hey, you can always take out a renter's insurance policy for your child while they're basically renting a dorm room, right? And further to that point, if your child is not living in a dorm and they're living in kind of private housing on campus, but private housing, the the campus doesn't own the property, it's not considered a dormitory, then then it would not be covered, and they would definitely need their own renter's insurance policy. Okay. Another caveat that comes up that I'm happy the article hints towards is that even if, and many of us have gone to college and many of our kids go to college outside of the state in which we reside, even if your carrier is not domiciled or does not do business in that state, you could still be covered, right? Because this is, this is 10% of the contents coverage for when it's not in your physical property, right? So that extends to those states that your insurance company might not do business in, right? But just another caveat to think about, and something to one of the questions you may ask or want to confirm when you call your insurance company, to double check and make sure that your kid is covered under your policy. Okay? Hopefully this was helpful, guys. Thanks for stopping by. We'll chat next week. Bye. Hey guys, thanks for watching our video. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to our channel for more awesome content. And if you really liked it, hit that notification bell so you never miss an update. We love hearing from you. We love hearing from our viewers. So be sure to leave a comment below with your thoughts on this video, and we'll see you in the next one.